We are live on Facebook. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Millionaire Mindset Mondays. I'm Jan Carmanico Reeves, and we're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. EST. Um, and we host incredible guests like tonight's guest is Spicy Sal, as he's affectionately known. Tonight, Sal's, maybe I can introduce him a little bit. So Sal has been doing fix and flips in the GTA area. He's the co-host of the Spicy podcast, and he's also recently the co-founder of Spicy Systems, which is a CRM that's customized for professionals, entrepreneurs, people in the real estate industry, and apparently they'll customize it to whatever your needs are. So welcome, Sal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it, Jen.
yeah, it's great to talk to you as always. So tell us a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get into real estate investing, fix and flips, and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I've been doing this for about 8 years now. It first started off as something that back in the day there first of all back in the day there wasn't anything really on YouTube or to kind of figure out what real estate investing actually was. Um about 8 years ago I would just wanted to have a side business. I was working at a telecommunications company, and I just said to myself that I wanted something more. I wanted something more out of life. And I started doing this with my dad. And my dad has been a cabinet maker for about 50 years. So we started doing it together, and we started off with condos, and just kind of got our feet wet and kind of figured it out on our own, because, like I mentioned, there wasn't really that much out there. And so yeah, we started doing condos, and then we started adding more people to our team, and then eventually there we started doing townhouses I'd say within the Scarborough area, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Scarborough, which is the east side of Toronto, and so we were doing like Scarborough, Pickering, Oshawa, maybe even Bowmanville, so we were more on the east side. And then we started doing townhouses and then single family detached. And then I realized that, something was really great here. I loved, doing the project management work. My background is HR. I always say this, my background is HR, and I've never worked in a day in my life in HR in an HR department. I
But
went to school and
project
then
management is a little bit like HR,
it
right?
is absolutely, yeah. But I've transferred those skills to what I did. Project management, kind of figuring out how I can help my workers get things done without them asking. And I think that that's the big thing that project managers have to do, is kind of just organize themselves so that we can see the projects from start to finish. So that's what I love. I love seeing projects go from beginning, uh, you know ugly properties, that are filthy and just run down. I love that, because I love seeing the opportunity and the kind of value that we can go in there and kind of bring. So yeah, we've been doing that for the past 8 years, been loving it. And now I've kind of transitioned over to other things where, my whole philosophy is to bring value to everybody within the real estate industry, or whoever is just wanting to take a leap into real estate. So I started a YouTube channel. We have a newsletter for all of our customers and all of our lenders. And then I've done JV partnerships with people, so that we're working together towards creating properties and turning them into well, my our philosophy for my business is turning ugly properties into beautiful works of art. And
Love it.
that's what we stood for our business. And I'm really proud and happy with what we've done. And yeah, so I've done a lot of stuff that I'm very grateful for. And yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's awesome. No, that's great. So, as you know, we're starting to um um I can't even think of the word. Pivot
Transition?
into talking about partnerships. So maybe you could share some of your partnership experiences with us. Maybe pick one or two, how you set it up, the good, the bad, the ugly, things to avoid, things to look for.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for me, it got to the point where I wanted to scale up my business and have multiple projects going on. So, what I eventually did was I was having I call them my spicy win-win deals. And it's basically finding properties that are distressed and then looking for JV partners to partner with so that we can tackle on this project and then just keep going from there. So Thursday nights I had my spicy win-win deals where it was a webinar kind of showcasing myself as an active real estate investor and then just looking for people that would be interested in joining in my projects. So um, it was great. I stopped it for a bit because we were too busy with Spicy System, my other projects that I'm working on. We can talk about that
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, we will. Yeah.
And yeah, so I would say I essentially what for me in having a JV partnership, because you are having that business relationship together. So I want people to be just as excited as I am whenever we're working on a project because we're going to be working for a couple of months together between 4 and 6 months. For me, I like to treat my partners very well, so I'm having constant communications. If they want to come see the property, come and see it. Like absolutely, you may be shocked because it may be not in a great state, but you have to have that um
Vision.
yeah, the vision, the fantasy of like, what, this is where the kitchen will be and this is where the quartz countertops will be. So just to have that open mind that it's not there right now, but let's just say in a couple of months it'll get to be there. So I have that, and then I have my newsletter just to kind of showcase, the videos and the pictures and all the updated information. Yeah, and just to have, good, wholesome, genuine people who just want to go ahead and invest in a project that's going to be very lucrative for them. I choose projects that are typically I would say, between 18 and 20% for the return, and that's semi because I usually do between 4 and 6 month projects. And yeah, so I like to do that. And then I once we start to work on a project, I see it from start to finish. And yeah, so
So,
I
so you just bring in financial partners, like you're always the active partner?
I am, yeah. So
Okay.
with my business, we just go in and we just tackle whatever projects, whatever properties that we need to renovate. We do great lipstick renovations. We don't do like the actual like structural issues or like the rooftops and stuff like that. That I would find a third party, but I haven't really found projects that would need like renovations for the roof or for the foundation or whatever.
Hmm.
So we would just pick projects that we can do some great lipstick renovations, turn it into something beautiful, get it on the market, sell it, and then kind of do like a rinse and repeat.
Okay. Fair enough. So how do you pick your financial partners? Because just because people have money doesn't mean they're going to make a good partner, right? Like what kind of questions do you ask them, or what kind of questions do they ask you, maybe?
So I feel like I need to ask as many questions as how they would ask me. So, let's sit down, let's have a conversation. Tell me about you. I want to know about you, what you've done, how much experience you have doing this. If you don't have experience, that's fine. We can kind of, go over everything, kind of figure out what your comfort level is. And then I want them to ask me questions. Like I want them to drill me. Like have you done this in the past? What are some previous projects that you've done? Can I see some pictures? Can I see some videos? Tell me a scenario and I'll give you my honest answer. So I'm an open book and I'm very genuine in what I do and how I go about my business so that, we can kind of get together. You feel comfortable by asking all of your questions, get all of that doubt out because if you have a little bit of doubt, I don't want to work with you until you have a complete
Trust.
understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Complete understanding
Hmm.
of what we're doing because
Hmm.
it's your hard-earned money, right? It's
Hmm.
it's it's not just, oh, let me give you $300,000 and you can go and work. That's somebody's life savings. That's somebody's,
Hmm.
investment. It could be from their RSPs. It's like I need for you to be just as confident as I am so that we can go ahead with this. Because if you give me the money and you're like, oh, what about this? What about that? It gets to the point where I have to like convince you, and I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to convince you, right? Like I want
Yeah.
I want you to be confident in my abilities for us to go forward with this. So I would say you would need to be 100% confident because if you still have that little doubt or that person speaking in your ear, you know what? Let's maybe we'll wait on the next project. That's fine. You can take some time to kind of really just figure out how you want to go about this. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that they understand the scope of the work, your experience, how long the project's going to take, the risks, the blah, 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 blah,
Because
right?
things happen, right? And
Things will always
things will
happen.
always happen, and for you to panic or I almost say have a heart attack, but like just like to the point where it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? And
Hmm.
they're panicking and they're sweating, but it's I don't want to say it's a normal thing, but these things do happen, and you have to have things in place so that you can overcome these risks. So I mean I sometimes even myself I'm shocked at some things, but for me to say, okay, you know what, we have this problem, I can we need to find somebody to either fix this or whatever. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to find somebody else who's an expert that does have it. Let's just say, for example, there was a leak or something, and I don't know where it's coming from. I need to find somebody who's going to find that leak so that we can, do
Yeah.
whatever we need to do in order to
Yeah,
to mitigate that risk.
absolutely. I think actually it's a really good question for financial partners to ask their active partner um, or say, tell me about a past experience of something that has gone wrong, really wrong, and how did you deal with it, right? I think that that can tell a lot about your character and yeah, how you fix things, right? Because things will go wrong. Absolutely, we know that.
You're absolutely right. And things aren't always, honeybees and flowers. There's some things that happens, like whether it's mold or, you get a leak in the basement or something else could happen. As long as you know what tasks to go about and how to tackle on that. Like I said, if you don't have the knowledge and experience in something, find an expert who does,
Yeah.
so that you can fix the problem, as quickly as you can with good quality, so that you can go on and continue on your progress.
Yeah, have a good solid team in place so that if you need a plumber, electrician, structural, whatever it is, right? Like just have
Absolutely. And
them.
and my dad is, this like 70-year-old, like he thinks he just knows everything, and he's like, yeah, it's this and this and this and that, but obviously he doesn't know every single thing out there, and sometimes we need to get those experts, whether it's a plumber or an electrician or somebody out there that can pinpoint the problem as soon as they can, and then we can kind of just fix the issue and go forward with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So, okay. So essentially that's what you do. You bring in financial partners. Um, and then how do you structure your deals typically for a flip?
Typically, so I have, I do the analysis. So first off, okay, so let's backtrack for a second.
Okay.
So let's just say I find a property that I feel is going to bring a lot of value to this to my collaboration. I'll run the numbers. I have a spreadsheet that I use. I go extensively through the numbers, figure out, what needs to be done, do an analysis of, the renovations, how much money needs to be raised, the expenses, the lawyer fees, all that. Kind of just figure out what we need. And then from there, I would realize that this is the amount of profit that we'll make, and then we kind of just bring somebody in. So for me, I like to do it kind of depends on like the profit structure. I don't want to say, it's a 50-50. Like I said, I like to really take care of my clients. So it could be, like a 40-60, where 40 I take myself, 60 I give to my partner, just so that they're comfortable and they're happy and they're taken well care of, so that we can kind of continue this business relationship. And then we kind of get together, kind of figure out what needs to be raised for the money, what needs to be for the down payment. Are we getting a first mortgage, let's just say with Calvert or with somebody else? Are you putting up all the money? And then, because there could be kind of a lot of values that we're taking a look at. And then just saying, okay, you know what, this is actually going to work. Let's go by this. And then for me, I always like to do, for example, if I'm doing a project, I always like to overestimate, because you never know what's going to happen, right? You hear it so many times that people need more money for renovations, and it's so heartbreaking sometimes, because we always need to overestimate. So I like to overestimate between 15 and 20%, and the numbers still work. So looking at those properties that are distressed enough, that are going to bring that value once you do the renovations and get that forced appreciation, so that you can put it on the market, sell it. I get something out of it. My other partner gets something out of it, and we kind of just get, a slice of that pie.
Nice, nice. And what would you say is the average turnaround time?
Um, it depends. If let's just say if it's a condo, we can usually get it done between 30 and 60 days. It all depends on how much renovations need to be done. It also depends on the management, because some management are very lax, some of them are very strict, and you need to go through specific channels. So it all depends. And then I would say about 30 to 60 days to sell that property. I mean, obviously now, maybe 6 months ago it would have taken longer because of what was happening, but now that things are picking up, I would say between 60 days. Same with townhouses and condo townhouses. It depends on how many floors there are. It could take anywhere between 2 to 4 months, and then about 60 days to sell. And then for a single family detached, because we're not an actual like large team, it's usually three or four of us. We can usually get a single family detached between, I would say, maybe 4 and 5 months, and then to sell it for 60 days in the market. So yeah, I would say 6 months for a single family detached. That's a pretty good timeline. But it also depends on, the amount of work that needs to be done inside, right? Whether
Right.
it's, I mean, the last project that we did, the owner was a hoarder. That was interesting. And there was just so much stuff in the property. I've never seen so much cat feces before in one area. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop with that. But we turned it into something beautiful.
Hazmat suit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there was so much stuff in the unit that he just left there. And then for us, we just have to throw it out. So it's just garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage. Um, so yeah, so it all depends on like how much you have to get stuff out there. What's the garbage like? What kind of renovations you need.
You probably
Yeah.
couldn't even see until you got all the garbage out, right? What
Oh
really
yeah.
needs to be
And
done. Yeah.
yeah, it was in the summer, it was hot, it was not the greatest of smelling. Yeah.
That
But
was
you
a
know what? It's opportunity, right? Like for me, I saw a beautiful swan, right? And some other people would say, this is a piece of what.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
all,
that's it. It's all about the vision, right?
yeah,
And
exactly.
then and then running the numbers and see if it'll work.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I always look at like what kind of value we bring. Like for example, for that unit, we put in a walk-in shower. Because there was a bath, there were two bathtubs already. So um, who doesn't like a walk-in shower, right? So and then we kind of made it so that it just looked it just looked modern, it looked sleek, it looked the colors are great. Yeah, and we turned it into a thing of beauty.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so that's awesome.
Thank
Um,
you.
so now you're focusing more, you getting a little bit away from fix and flips for a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah, I wanted to try something different. A couple of months ago, I stumbled upon somebody that we were on Zoom together, and we were just talking about various things, and now fast forward to now he's my business partner. So we founded Spicy Systems. I was out there kind of looking at CRMs myself, and there wasn't really a CRM out there that was doing like an all-in-one kind of solution where I had MailChimp, Calendly, ClickFunnels, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and they just all weren't integrating with each other. So we came up with a solution to get everything into one package deal that's customized for you, whether you are a real estate investor, somebody in the real estate industry, an entrepreneur, professional who needs a CRM to work for their business. So we're here, to provide one-on-one support for everybody out there so that you can keep on doing your income generating activities while the system allows you to keep you organized, do automations for you, whatever you need. Literally, the mind is what's holding you back because you can do so many things with Spicy Systems. And, we've put our blood, sweat, and tears into this, and we really do have a product that is going to bring a lot of value to anybody who uses it. Like I said before, like I want everybody to be just as excited as I am because Spicy Systems is something that I'm really truly passionate about because it brings so much value to everybody out there who uses it.
Oh, that's exciting. So, eh, how do people find out more about that?
Absolutely. I believe it. We have our website, spicysystemsbysal.com. You can also go onto my Facebook page. I'm Sal Barbera. I believe that's my Facebook.
Yeah, it is. I just tagged you in. Yeah.
I also have my Facebook group, the Spicy Real Estate Investors Group. We've hit over 1,600 members within 4 months. A lot of
Exciting.
active people that are there. I just wanted to build a Facebook group that people can just talk about real estate and connect with each other. So I'm grateful that it blew up to that because there are so many active and great people that are not only talking about real estate, but they're also, posting deals, talking about, certain projects that they're doing, talking about wholesaling. I want wholesalers to post their deals into the Facebook group because I love wholesalers. Like, who doesn't love a wholesaler, right? I had Thea on the Spicy podcast the other day, and she's so inspiring. And I always say to her,
Yeah.
post all of your deals on the Spicy Facebook group, please, because they people don't know the amount of work that they do. They just see the deal, right? And they don't
Yeah.
see what's behind
What's
that.
behind? Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, and it's
Yes, it
it's
is.
it's like it's blood, sweat, and tears, and
Yeah.
I just want, them to post it into the group to bring that value to everybody so that people can start, tackling on their own fixed and flips or buy and holds or whatever they want to do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched I guess it was just a reel or something that Thea had posted about they were down in Florida and what they found out about a property was like crazy. Like they really dug deep and they didn't end up uh um getting the
Getting
deal
it?
because yeah. but yeah, there's a lot to it, right? And yeah, if had they wholesaled it, then yeah, somebody could have been in a lot of a lot of trouble.
And
Yeah.
there's been a lot of like Canadians investing in the US. I mean, this past weekend, Wealth Genius had their US investing, right?
Mhm.
And it's becoming more attractive for Canadians to start investing in other places than Canada. I mean, I'm a bit sad because I love my country. I love Canada, and it's just becoming less and less attractive to invest here. And so we have things like investing in the US and investing in Mexico and Portugal and all these great places that, are a lot more lucrative than Canadian. So um I'm not saying anything bad about Canada. I love Canada. It's just sometimes it's easier to invest somewhere else than scraping up upon the barrel, the bottom of the barrel, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But beware, like there's a lot of I was going to invest in Italy and then, found out a lot of things and even now I'm finding out, more things are coming into place. So it wouldn't have been a good deal, you know? And I had investors lined up and, their funds ready to roll and I went to them. I was very sad because it was a beautiful property and I just said,
Oh, how long ago was that? Can I ask?
that was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful new build right on the beach and just doing my due diligence, like what we were told when we were there, and then what was actually true as I was digging through and, trust but verify. And I just got a knot in my stomach and I went to my investors and I said, I'm so sorry, but we're not going to do this and I'm going to give you back your money because I don't feel I can deliver, what I said I was going to do. And then having friends who inherited property there and come to find out like as time goes on like they're implementing new things and it's just not so I guess my warning is if you're going to invest in another country especially another country make sure you do your due diligence and possibly partner with somebody who's already
Yes, absolutely. Do,
invested.
do your due diligence and make sure that you are talking to people that understand about investing in that specific country and people who have done it. Like talk to people that have done it already, pick their brains, ask them a million questions, be
Yeah.
like,
Or partner with them on the first
or
one,
partner with them. Exactly.
right?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. Mitigate the risk, right?
Gain that experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Tap into it. And then if you want to go on your own after that, so be it. But I highly recommend that. For the first one, partner with somebody because it's a ton of work to learn about the rules and regulations in another country. So just hop on board, partner with somebody else, and then, take it from there. That's
Absolutely. I love
that's
it.
my recommendation personally.
Where was
But
this in Italy? I'm very curious.
what's that?
Where was this in Italy?
This was Numana Beach, which was
Ooh,
um about on the shin of the boot. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful new build. Still not built, behind construction, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, so which would have affected revenues and blah 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 blah
And you
blah.
know what? The way you said to your investors, you know what? This isn't a great, I feel in my gut that this isn't a great investment. That's you taking care of your investors, right? Because if you would have gone ahead with this, you would still be dealing with developmental challenges and all the other things that they're experiencing right now. So you have their back.
Yeah, oh, I absolutely it was in their best interest. That's
Yeah,
why I backed
exactly.
out because I didn't want to have to go back to them and say, "Oh, by the way, you're gonna have to put in another 15K, to make this deal work." Like and sign on the dotted line because once you signed, you were locked in. Like the way it works over there, right? And so before I signed on the dotted line, I was signing for everybody, right? And committing everybody. So I was just like, I just kept asking more and more and more questions. And I just went,
And the answers that you were getting, they weren't satisfying you. Like they weren't not
no,
your curiosity. So that's, you know what?
no, no.
That takes experience because you're
Yeah,
asking the right questions and you're saying to yourself, you know what? This isn't for us. Let's go ahead and
yeah,
let's like I'm not getting emotional about these projects. You know, obviously we all want a property by the beach, right?
right.
But
It was beautiful. Yeah.
but you
Or it was
said
projected to be beautiful, right?
exactly, because you know it's
Yeah,
probably just sand right now.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you said, you know what, I'm making this decision to not go ahead with this because it's not something that we should go forward with. And you have your investors' backs and you're
yeah.
taking care of them. So
I
um
mean, lifestyle properties are a little bit of a different investor too, because it's they're not just looking for numbers, right? Like they're not just they're looking for somewhere they can go and enjoy or send their family to enjoy. It was like
yeah.
a fractional ownership kind of deal. So it was time there, but also ownership, not like what's the not like a timeshare. Like you this was like generational ownership, kind of thing. So it was a great concept, but
You have
yeah,
to
like
treat it properly.
how do you refinance a project, in another country? Like that's a whole challenge too.
Are you allowed to do short-term rentals when you're not there?
Well, exactly, exactly. And what if the short-term rental rules change? You know, you know? Like there's all kinds of things to consider. So anyways, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of learning. Um I felt sick to my stomach when I had to, tell the investors that we were backing out. And I was greeted very graciously, like they were very grateful that, even though we weren't going to be able to move forward on this beautiful property, I think for the most part, they were a lot more grateful than they were sad that, it wasn't going to happen. So anyways, that's got off topic a little bit, but that's one of my experiences. And
Squirrel.
yeah, because as the active partner, you want to deliver, right? They said, well, under promise, over deliver. I didn't want to over promise and under deliver, so I backed out.
I know, and to have that but to have that conversation with your investors and say, you know what, even though this is as beautiful as it is, we need to pass on this. It is what it is, but
Yeah,
you are looking out for their best interest, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Anyways, that's a side story. Yeah.
My parents are from Sicily.
Are they cool? Very cool.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Good. Good. So, I'll get, you know what I'll do, Sal, is I'll get you to put in the chat in Facebook how people can reach out to you about
yeah, for sure.
systems, and not in this
Not
chat,
this
but
one. Okay. Oops.
yeah, actually right in Facebook. Um and then would you do you just have like a consultation call with them, or
Yeah, they can go on my personal page and they can, book out a time with me. Or if you even just want to talk on Facebook Messenger, go right ahead. I have a really so I have a weakness where I go on Instagram and just watch some stupid videos. So if people message me on there, sometimes I forget to message them back. So I always say just message me on Facebook because I'm a lot faster and I'm a lot quicker because I'm on there all the time. But yeah, if anybody wants to connect, have a conversation, or if you just want to tell me about your bad day, go right ahead and tell me. Like you were talking about how you also talk about mindset, and I honestly, if you would have told me about mindset last year, I would have said you're absolutely crazy. But I honestly do believe that having a powerful mindset is a powerful tool in what we do. So um honestly feel that we gravitate towards people that are like-minded, such as yourself. And I honestly do believe that. And the people that I've been working with are absolutely amazing. The business that I'm doing now with Spicy Systems and the other things that we're doing, everybody is very wholesome, genuine, and they're just as eager as I am to work together and work towards, impossible odds so that we can just tackle these things straight on and just keep on going and
So, so,
absolutely.
so tell us a little bit about your partnership that you structured for Spicy Systems.
Yeah, absolutely. So I so, where should I start? Um, it all started with a conversation, and it was something that I really needed in my life where I just wanted to organize my business a little bit more. I I started talking with this guy. His name was Chandra, and he had this marketing agency, and we were just having a good conversation and kind of figuring out, what's next. And this just popped up. We're like, you know what? There's a need out there for people that need to be organized for their business, need like a CRM all-in-one solution. And we just clicked like that. And Spicy Systems came to be, and it's been a whirlwind of a ride. And I couldn't have asked for a greater partner than who I have. He's patient. Like I'm not patient at all. I mean, I am patient, but I'm like crazy. I'm everywhere, right? So, just to have somebody that has your back in whatever you do, whether it's the good days, whether it's the bad days, whether it's the very bad days, you have that support from that other person. And that's how Spicy Systems came to be, where it's our love child basically, but it's something that we're very grateful for, and we're so happy to bring out there to everybody, where you could do things like email marketing campaigns, and we have calendars in place, and we have a social media calendar where you can post all of your stuff on all platforms. And you're able to have phone numbers and text messaging campaigns as well. And we have the premium services where we can help you, scale up your business, get you out there on social media, and just provide that value that we're looking for. And like I said, like I mentioned before, um, I'm here to bring value to everybody within our products and services, and I want to do that in a way that I'm honest and genuine about what we do, and we're also very transparent because we'll tell you, this is what we feel for your business. How do you feel about this? And we kind of just see, and we kind of have a really good conversation out there. So it just starts with conversations, and then sometimes just these things pop up, and mindset is also a part of that as well. So we grab like I mentioned, we gravitate towards people that are honest and genuine and hardworking people, and sometimes we want to
Just
work
the
with these.
line, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I
Yeah.
love it. It's been a great past couple of months. And I like I said, I couldn't have asked for a better partner, and I'm super excited for all the things that are going to be upcoming, because we have a lot of great stuff that's going to be upcoming, and we're super excited to unveil everything.
That's yeah, super. So not launched yet or
Oh, it's launched.
oh,
Absolutely.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's launched. So if anybody out there wants to know more about it, you can always send me a message. We have a whole bunch of stuff on my Facebook personal page. Chandra has cloned my voice with AI. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, we have a video with myself, Claudia, and Chandra, and they have cloned my voice. I have some spicy songs that we have as well. It's just like I said, just bringing those little tidbits of value towards everybody. We have AI that can absolutely help you out in your business. Um, we have so many great things that'll just absolutely blow your mind. And if I just want to have conversations with everybody out there so that we can show them, what we're doing and how we're doing it. And we're just
Very,
super excited for that.
very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, we will talk about it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, that's great, Sal. Again, Spicy Sal, thanks for coming on tonight. I mean, it's always great and fun talking to you. Uh,
I always have a pleasure with you, Jan, and you need to come on our podcast.
Yes, I signed up, but not till January. I've got a busy, busy, busy December coming up. Um,
I'm super excited for that, and you've been doing amazing stuff, and I want to say kudos to you for that.
oh, thank
Uh,
you.
you you have been so active lately with this brand new with this new deal that you have, and with social media, and with your Facebook page, and now with this podcast. Like you've been doing some great stuff, and I want to
Oh,
congratulate
thank you. Thank
you. Being
you.
amazing.
Well, I love talking to real estate investors. It doesn't matter what level they're at. Like I could just sit and do Zoom calls all day or in person, events, whatever. I just love talking real estate investing and creating strategies. And I just get excited for other people's deals. And oh, and you could do this and you could try that. Anyways, yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
that
it.
was fun. We walked property yesterday with my business partners. Something that's been on the market for a very, very, very long time, and I know other people that who have walked it. But then we started strategizing about it. What's the problem here? What problem can we fix for the seller, right? Like I just love getting creative that way. So, anyways, it's just fun. So that's maybe what's coming up next. It's we're working behind the scenes on that. So
I love it. Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing amazing stuff. Like
thank you.
kudos
Thank
to you. I
you.
love it.
I love it. I love it, right? So it's not like work to me. It's like crack. Right? Just can't get enough of it. Right? This is fun.
You're too funny.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna wrap things up again. Spicy Sal, thanks for coming on. Check out his Facebook page. He's gonna drop a link or um how to get a hold of him to talk about Spicy Systems, his new CRM product.
Yeah,
I got to tickle my throat. I'm going to
that's
cough in one
okay.
second.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that yeah, you can contact me through via Facebook. I have the YouTube channel. We have it's Spicy Podcast. I also have Instagram if you want to contact me on Instagram. I would recommend you contact me on Facebook, but yeah, I'm on Facebook a lot more. Sal Barbera. Yeah, and if anybody wants to talk out there, just send me a message and let's talk.
yeah, yeah. So I've tagged you in the live video. So
Awesome,
um, yeah, people can just click on that and just send you a DM. As simple as
awesome.
that, right?
Can't wait to hear from everybody.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining in tonight. Thank you again, Sal. Once again, I'm Jan Carmanico Reeves. We're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. EST on Millionaire Mindset Mondays. We're transitioning from just mindset to now talking about partnerships and structures of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, again, I'm Jan Carmanico Reeves on a mission to make real estate investing fun, easy, and profitable. So I'll see you next week on the video. Thanks again. Have a great night,
Bye.
everybody.